What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Spring is in the air. It's time to organize your finances, and at the Bank of Salem, we are here to help. From checking and savings accounts, certificate of deposits, IRAs, loans, and even safe deposit boxes, we've got you covered. Come in and let one of our friendly employees help you get organized. The Bank of Salem, neighbors serving neighbors since 1883. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good afternoon and welcome to KSMO Radio. Let's take a look at your noon hour weather forecast. Well, later this afternoon, we will have a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms. That's for after 5 this afternoon. Today will be mostly sunny, and we should have a high temperature near 80 degrees with southerly winds around 6 miles per hour. Tonight, chances for showers and thunderstorms increase to 30%, but that's for mainly after 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. We will be mostly cloudy tonight with low around 58 degrees and southerly winds be around 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 7 a.m. Then showers are likely and possibly a thunderstorm between 7 and 1. Then a chance of showers and maybe a thunderstorm after 1 o'clock. Chance of precipitation for tomorrow is 70% with new rainfall amounts of less than a tenth of an inch being forecasted, except higher amounts are possible if you happen to be in a thunderstorm. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a high near 77 and southwesterly winds will be 6 to 8 miles per hour. We expect mostly cloudy skies tomorrow night with low around 52 with north winds around 6 miles per hour. Our weekend's going to start out on Saturday with partly sunny skies and high temperature near 68 degrees. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 6 miles per hour. Saturday night should be mostly cloudy with low around 49. Then Sunday will be partly sunny with a high near 71. Sunday night, we expect mostly cloudy skies, low around 57. Then Monday, we'll start that new work week out on the last Monday in the month of April of 2025 with partly sunny skies and a high temperature near 82 degrees. Monday night, we have a chance of showers after midnight with mostly cloudy skies, low around 64. Then Tuesday, showers are likely with mostly cloudy skies and a high temperature near 80 degrees. We have a chance for showers Tuesday night with mostly cloudy skies, low around 56. A chance of showers continues on Wednesday with mostly cloudy skies and a high temperature near 72 degrees. And that is your noon hour weather update brought to you by all of us here at KSMO, where it's now time for the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report.
Receive Brownfield's latest national and state news, markets, and weather in your email inbox. Sign up for Brownfield's Agriculture Today e-newsletter at brownfieldagnews.com. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. I talk a lot about the importance of community on this program. This season of destructive weather across the heart of our country has seen many of you stepping up and reaching out to help a neighbor. I recently talked about the importance of volunteer fire departments. Although the makeup of a department varies widely across the Midwest geography, it's common to have several farmers who serve as volunteer firefighters. In many cases, farmers that are not officially firefighters step up to help when needed. Their tractors, tillage equipment, bulldozers, skid steers, and other equipment can be used to create fire breaks or clear paths for fire trucks and other emergency vehicles to get through to an area. Farmers know the land. Although GPS has helped to change the game for the better in many areas, a farmer's knowledge of the local terrain can be invaluable. Generations deep in the area, they're more likely to know the location and how to get to where a 911 caller reports an emergency on the south side of the fence line between the old Barton Farm and Sally Jones Back 40. In a drought year especially, farmers who can have water on wheels for their own farm's protection, but many times you will find them hauling that water to help a neighbor in need. Whether it's controlling fires, cleaning up after flooding or destructive winds, more times than not, you'll find a farmer and their family members smack dab in the middle of the mess, helping in every way they can. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield. That's my 2 cents.
This Spotlight on Soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. Missourians can help bring pro-agriculture processing to the state. Subhash Alias, CEO of the Missouri Partnership, which coaxes such companies to Missouri, says success is more likely when people are bullish on Missouri.
Our organization, we are going to say good things about Missouri. The governor is going to say good things about Missouri, but it's important that Missourians talk up Missouri too.
Missouri Partnership, along with Missouri Soybeans, Missouri Corn, and Missouri Farmers Care, are the yield partnership, attracting processing with the help of other Missouri boosters.
Be positive about the state, because the more positive we are as Missourians, that spreads to others. And they listen to peers. Companies listen to peers. I'd like to say they listen to us, but they really listen to peers.
Learn more at mosoy.org and on the Spotlight podcast from Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. From the ongoing training of our line workers to classroom safety programs for our kids, our commitment to electrical safety has always been job one. So we can deliver reliable energy and peace of mind. That's why safety runs through everything we do.
We are Missouri's electric cooperatives. Learn more at membersfirst.coop today.
And cash hogs closed higher. Good morning. I'm Megan Grebner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report, brought to you by Propane. The Propane Farm Research Program offers compensation for using propane equipment. More information is available at propane.com/PFRP. Direct cash cattle trade activity was relatively quiet again Wednesday. There were a handful of deals reported in Kansas at $213 live. That's not enough business to establish a price trend for the week. Asking prices were at $214 to $215 live in the South, but didn't surface in the North. Significant trade volume is likely going to hold out until the end of the week. At the Kingsville Livestock Market in Missouri, steers were $3 to $10 higher, and heifers were steady to $5 higher. A load of fancy 7-weight heifer sold $10 higher. The USDA says demand was good for moderate supplies. Medium and large one feeder steers, 551 to 585 pounds, brought $350 to $388. Medium and large one feeder heifers, 503 to 539 pounds, brought $334 to $357. Box beef closed mixed with light to moderate demand for heavy offerings. Choice was up 24 cents at $331.97. Select closed $313 lower at $314.52. Estimated cattle slaughter was 122,000 head, down 1,000 on the weekend, down more than 3,000 on the year. Cash hogs closed higher with a solid negotiated run. Processors were much more aggressive in their procurement efforts on Wednesday and bid up to move needed numbers. The industry continues to monitor demand for U.S. pork on the global market, especially as China has been abstaining from purchasing U.S. goods in the recent weeks. There's some optimism that domestic demand will see a boost, which could provide some additional price support. Barrows and Guilds at the National Daily Direct were up $1.87 with a weighted average of $91.87. The Iowa, Minnesota was $2.95 higher with a weighted average of $91.96, and the Western Corn Belt up $1.93 with a weighted average of $92.18. Pork values closed lower, down $1.70 at $94.08. All of the primals except the butts were lower, and estimated hog slaughter was 488,000 head, down 2,000 on the weekend, down more than 3,000 on the year. At the CME, live and feeder cattle were up ahead of widespread direct business, and lean hog futures closed mixed on spread trade. I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. From the ongoing training of our line workers to classroom safety programs for our kids, our commitment to electrical safety has always been job one. So we can deliver reliable energy and peace of mind. That's why safety runs through everything we do.
We are Missouri's electric cooperatives. Learn more at membersfirst.coop today.
Our farmers feed us all. For generations, they've done what's best for the land. So why is the litigation industry threatening Missouri farmers' go-to crop protection tool? Without glyphosate-based herbicides, crop yields will drop. Costs will soar, and we'll all see even higher grocery bills. Farmers need to be supported, not controlled. To keep glyphosate available in our state, go to TakeControlMissouri.com. Paid for by Modern Ag Alliance in support of Missouri farmers.
That has been the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report. It is now time for a look at updated funeral announcements being brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County for over 30 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they are available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker, and online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Be sure and pick one up every weekday or check it out online. Suzanne Marie McDonald, age 41 of Salem, passed away Friday, April 18th. Funeral services for Suzanne McDonald will be today at 1 o'clock at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends of Suzanne McDonald started at noon and will continue service time at 1. Burial will be at the Jadwin Cemetery. And all arrangements for Suzanne Marie McDonald of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Franklin Merle Martin of St. James passed away Friday, April 17th at the age of 80 years. Funeral services for Franklin Martin will be Friday at 1 in the afternoon at the St. James Chapel of James Gar Mortuary. Visitation for family and friends of Franklin Martin will also be on Friday from 11 a.m. in the morning till service time at 1 o'clock. And it will be at the Vienna Public Cemetery. And all arrangements for Franklin Merle Martin of St. James are under the direction of the James Gar Mortuary of St. James. Larry Dean Forster, Sergeant First Class Army retired, age 82 of Salem, passed away Monday, April 14th. Memorial services for Larry Forster will be Friday at 12 noon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Graveside services with full military honors will be at 2 o'clock Friday afternoon at the Missouri Veteran Cemetery in Waynesville. Visitation for family and friends of Larry Forster will start tomorrow morning at 11 and continue till service time at 12 noon. And all arrangements for Larry Dean Forster, Sergeant First Class Army retired of Salem, are under direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Don Lee Floyd, age 84 of Salem, passed away Monday, April 21st. Funeral services for Don Floyd will be Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends of Don Floyd will be Saturday as well, starting at 11 in the morning and continuing till service time at 1 o'clock. Burial will be at the Cedar Grove Cemetery. And all arrangements for Don Lee Floyd of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. James Ulysses Curry, age 83 of Doolittle, passed away Saturday, April 5th. Funeral services for James Curry will be Tuesday at 12 noon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends of James Curry will also be on Tuesday from 11 in the morning till service time at 12 noon. Burial with military honors will be in the North Lawn Cemetery. And all arrangements for James Ulysses Curry of Doolittle are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Eva Janice Walker of Salem, age 67, passed away April 15th. Private family services will be held at a later date. Memorial contributions may be made to Wilson Mortuary to help with final expenses. Envelopes will be available, and all arrangements for Eva Janice Walker of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. That has been a look at updated funeral announcements, and it was brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Your World Today is the only daily news flyer in Dent County. It is available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker. And be sure and check out Your World Today online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today has been serving Dent County for over 30 years, and the best part about it is absolutely free.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMOradio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free!
It is now time for a look at local news, and it's being brought to you by Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus. SBU's Salem campus provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding area. For more on degrees and programs, stop by SBU Salem campus today at 501 South Grand Street, or you can call them at 573-729-7071. I'm Bob Parsons reporting. The 10th Annual Veterans Affairs Day will be held tomorrow, Friday, the 25th day of April, from 10 tomorrow morning until 2 in the afternoon at the American Legion Post number 99, located at 2522 Highway 32 West in Salem. Come out and learn about changes and requirements for benefits, enroll in the VA health care, and have a light lunch that will be provided around noontime. Veterans Affairs Day is an annual outreach to veterans of central rural Missouri to provide easier access to VA services. It includes American Legion District 16 and VFW District 2, which includes the counties of Camden, Cole, Crawford, Dent, Howe, Laclede, Marys, Miller, Phelps, Osage, Pulaski, Reynolds, Shannon, Texas, and Wright counties. Representatives from the Department of Veteran Affairs will include enrollment, claims processing specialist, suicide prevention, and a community employment coordinator from the Truman VA Medical Center, as well as benefit advisors from the Veterans Benefit Administration St. Louis Regional Office. The Columbia Veterans Center will have a counselor and advisors on hand in their mobile unit. It doesn't matter when you served. If you have any questions, please attend. Don't miss out on your hard-earned benefits. Call the sponsors of the event, the American Legion Post number 99/VFW Post 6280 at 573-729-3710 for questions or to schedule a private time with a counselor. Keith Inman, chairman of the Planning and Zoning Board of Commissioners, called a meeting for Friday, April 25th at 6 o'clock in the evening at the Old City Hall Auditorium located at 202 North Washington. After the roll call, they will have a workshop discussion on an intro to planning and zoning, ordinances and definitions, then review zoning maps. The Board of Aldermen held their regular meeting Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock at the auditorium at 202 North Washington Street. The meeting agenda was approved following the removal of the closed session, and the consent agenda was also approved. During the meeting, the board viewed a presentation from Show Me Smoke Free, appointed former Alderman Sean Bolerjack to represent the city with the Merrimack Regional Planning Commission, and approved bids for fencing repairs and replacements at the City Park and Al Brown Sports Complex. The bids totaled $3,500 and $14,500 respectively and will be funded through the prior year's fund balance. The city is actively collaborating with FEMA to secure a 75% reimbursement for the total project cost. The board also approved a letter to be presented to state legislators at the Capitol aimed at raising awareness of infrastructure challenges currently facing the city of Salem. In addition, a request from the Salem Already for $1,000 to support project graduation was approved. This annual event provides Salem High School graduates with a safe, substance-free celebration following commencement. The expenditure will be drawn from the non-departmental community support line item. There is currently $2,000 left in that budget line. During the city's officials' report, City Administrator Sally Burbridge presented mock-ups of 4 potential color schemes for the new water tower, with a final decision to be made at a later date. Finance Director Stacy Houston delivered the financial report, noting that sales tax revenue has increased by approximately 9% compared to the same period last year. The total ending balance across all funds stood at approximately $13.9 million as of March 31st. Mayor Greg Parker reminded residents of the upcoming citywide yard sale scheduled for May 3rd, followed by the citywide cleanup over the subsequent 2 weeks. Public Works Director Steve Payne reported ongoing efforts to obtain FEMA reimbursement and announced scheduled power outages in June. Official notifications will be issued detailing the dates and areas affected. He also noted the Forester will begin the second phase of their contract focusing on trimming the city's main feeder lines. With no further reports from the aldermen, the meeting was adjourned. City of Salem Utility Committee held a meeting Wednesday evening at 6:15 in the auditorium located at 202 North Washington Street. After approval of the agenda, the committee discussed a 5-year plan for the Capital Improvement Fund as well as a water rate increase. The committee voted to present the Board of Aldermen with the recommendation of raising the base rate from $6 to $8 and increasing the volume rate to $7.50. Before the meeting adjourned, Mayor Greg Parker presented committee member John Hambacher with a recognition of appreciation. These cases were heard in front of Judge Michael Randazzo on April 23rd. Michael Scott of Salem pled guilty to felony driving while revoked and no insurance. The defendant was sentenced to 15 days in jail as recommended by prosecutor Andrew Curley. Michaela Black of Salem received a probation for 2 felony PCS cases. Absconded from drug court, probation hearing held. Prosecutor Curley sought 7-year sentence pursuant to RSMO 559.115 as requested by Missouri Department of Corrections. Defendant sought continued probation. Over objection of the state, defendant was continued on probation with an added condition to complete new Sanctuary Beginnings program. Albert Terrell of Salem was found guilty of felony stealing and driving while revoked. Albert Terrell was sentenced to 7 years in the Department of Corrections as recommended by Prosecutor Curley. The Salem Memorial Hospital Board of Directors convened their regular meeting on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock in the doctor's library at the hospital. The minutes from both their previous regular meeting and a special meeting were approved, with revisions made to the special meeting minutes. During the Chief Executive Officer's report, Brooke Bowman noted that the hospital continues to engage in affiliation negotiations with a strong focus on quality improvement and staff recruitment. She also reported that a lightning strike during the April 5th storm caused significant damage to computers, cameras, servers, and other hardware. The hospital plans to file an insurance claim to cover the losses. During the summary of operations, there has been a decrease in inpatient admissions and an increase in outpatient registrations, while emergency room visits have remained consistent. For the month of March, the hospital reported approximately $1.9 million in net patient revenue, $2.2 million in total operating revenue, and $2.1 million in total operating expenses, resulting in a net profit of about $266,000. Additionally, gross 340B revenue totaled approximately $165,000 with a profit of around $87,000. The hospital currently maintains 32 days of cash on hand. The financial report was unanimously approved by the board. Baldwin also presented the Chief Nursing Officer's report, stating that several nursing positions remain unfilled, including 1 full-time floating nurse role. In March, there were 2 new hires and 3 resignations. The board approved departmental policies contingent on departments resolving any interdepartmental discrepancies. The meeting concluded with the board entering an executive session to discuss legal and personnel matters. The next meeting of the Salem Memorial Hospital Board of Directors is scheduled for May 27th at 7 o'clock in the doctor's library at the hospital. The federal Real ID enforcement deadline of May 7, 2025 is less than 2 weeks away. The Missouri Department of Revenue encourages Missouri residents to verify their driver license or identification card is Real ID compliant before the May 7, 2025 enforcement date. The Real ID Act was passed by the U.S. Congress in 2005 after the 911 Commission recommended the federal government set new standards for the issuance of identification to achieve enhanced security. A Missouri-issued Real ID-compliant driver's license or ID card will have a star as shown below in the upper right-hand corner. A driver license or ID card that is non-compliant with Real ID will have Not for Real ID purposes in the upper right-hand corner. After presenting the required documents, it typically takes 7 to 10 days for Real ID to arrive in the mail. The temporary paper ID received from the license office at the time of initiation will not be accepted for boarding domestic flights. If traveling, plan accordingly. Applying for a Real ID is not mandatory. However, individuals will soon be required to present a Real ID compliant document for official purposes, including, but not limited to, entering nuclear power plants, accessing federal facilities, and boarding federally regulated domestic flights. If you plan on flying in the future but do not want to apply for a Real ID, you can present another Transportation Security Administration approved acceptable form of ID, such as your U.S. passport. A non-compliant driver license or ID card will continue to be an acceptable verification for age, identity, driving privileges, voting and registration to vote, and other purposes not limited by the Real ID Act. Missourians can learn more about Real ID at dor.mo.gov/driver-license/issuance/real-ID/. And that has been a look at local news that was brought to you by SBU Salem Campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU Salem Campus, contact them at 573-729-7071.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student. You may call 573-729-7071.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. 'Cause I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Saturday, April 26th, the Cardinals host the Brewers, and here's a promotion you'll love. 20,000 fans, 16 and older, will take home an embroidered replica of the Cardinal City Connect jersey, courtesy of Stiefel. This exclusive giveaway features the modern take of the birds on the bat, highlighted with the Lou scripted below, and wavy red pinstripes signifying the mighty Mississippi. For tickets, visit cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Miles Michaelis, St. Louis Cardinals, for the Lou.
Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem, they're having their spring savings sale going on now. You can get Super Clean Cleaner Degreaser starting at just $8.79 each. Royal Purple Chemicals, they're starting at $11.99 each. And Peak All Vehicle Antifreeze and Coolant in the 1 gallon size starting at $13.69 each. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store. They're at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
It is now time for a look at local and regional sports, being brought to you as courtesy of your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. Tyler Tomes and Austin Dungy had 2-run singles, and Clayton Ingram finished 3 of 4 with 2 RBIs as the St. Clair Bulldogs shut out the Salem Tigers Wednesday 10-0 in 5 innings. The Tigers had only 2 hits as they fell for the 3rd straight game and are now 7-5-1 on the year. Salem will host the Mountain View Liberty Eagles today at 4:30 at the SHS Baseball Field Complex. Salem is 3-1 in the SCA Conference. The Salem boys baseball game with Thayer that was postponed Monday has been rescheduled for May 1st at the Salem High School baseball field complex starting at 4:30. The Salem ladies softball Tigers host the Mountain Grove Lady Panthers today at 4:30 at the Salem City Park. Salem is 9-7 on the year and 2-3 in the SCA Conference. That game will be broadcast on KSMO Radio and video streamed on KSMO Media. The Salem golf team will be at Mountain Grove Invitational starting at 9 o'clock this morning. Actually, they started at 9 o'clock this morning, excuse me. Well, the Salem Tennis Tigers will host the SCA Conference Tournament today at the City Park. St. Louis Cardinals were in Atlanta again yesterday afternoon for the final game of a tied 3-game series. The Cards got on the board right away in the top of the first off of a Nolan Arenado double, allowing Nolan Gorman to score. Unfortunately for St. Louis, that would be the only run batted in as they fell to the Braves 4-1. Cardinals have today off. Well, the St. Louis Blues are back on the ice tonight for Game 3 against the Winnipeg Jets. Trailing a series 2-0, actually 0-2, the Blues will get their first opportunity for a win at home this postseason. Listen to this game live on KSMO Radio with coverage beginning at 8 tonight. And that's been a look at local and regional sports brought to you courtesy of KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. Game 3, Blues and Jets in St. Louis tonight.
We're going to have the last line change now. We're going to go home. We're going to be in front of our frenzied crowd. And we're going to have an opportunity to hold serve at home.
Jim Montgomery expects his team to rebound after a couple of close games that came down to the third period, where the Jets have excelled all season.
They were able to capitalize on their chances in the third period so far. So they did their job at home, and now it's our turn to go to the Enterprise, where we've had success and in front of our fans and do our job.
Captain Braden Shen, the Blues 24-14-3 at home. The game scheduled for 8:30 on ESPN2. The NFL Draft is tonight. Mizzou could have 2 names announced on this first night outside Lambeau Field in Green Bay. I've seen mock drafts having wide receiver Luther Burden going late first round, and a top 10 pick could come from offensive lineman Armin Membo, 6'4", 332 pounds. Some of the descriptions I've been reading about him: athleticism for days, big-bodied edge blocker with twinkle toes and heavy hands. I never heard that one before, twinkle toes. And a one-day starter at right tackle. A lot of people high on Membo. I've seen projected picks as high as 6 to Vegas. Patrick Mahomes is working out with receivers at his home in Texas and says he talks with GM Brett Veach and helps and can provide input on the draft as needed.
About just the guys that he's looking at and the thought process of the draft, but Coach Reed's done it for a long time. Veach has done it for a long time. They've got a lot of great players around me, and if they want me to give my input on guys, I'll watch film and give input. They know what's best for the team, and they're going to go out there and pick the guys they think are going to keep us Super Bowl contenders.
The Royals and Rockies got rained out last night. A doubleheader today starting just after 1. Cardinals reliever Ryan Fernandez gave up a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cardinals lost to the Braves 4-1. St. Louis goes 1-6 on this road trip. They're home tomorrow against the Brewers. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
FCS Financial, with you every step of the way.
Missouri farmers and ranchers work hard to provide the food we put on our tables, no matter what comes. They're in the fields every day. And FCS Financial is committed to supporting those farmers and ranchers along with our rural communities today and tomorrow. At FCS Financial, we understand the cyclical nature of agriculture and the challenges that can present. We also recognize no 2 situations are the same. That's why we meet and work with our member owners individually to learn about them, their operation, and their goals. We want to provide the best experience and achieve the best outcome for everyone involved because FCS Financial is a cooperative focused on being a responsible lender for more than 27,000 Missouri farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses who depend on us. Learn more at myfcsfinancial.com. FCS Financial is an equal housing lender and an equal opportunity provider.
Jet Tire and Auto has a wide selection of tires and wheels in stock and can special order any tires you may need. They are also a full-service auto repair shop serving the Salem and surrounding areas, offering a variety of services from alignments to oil changes to bumper-to-bumper checks as well as UTV services. Jet Tire and Auto also does state inspections and emission tests. Check out their website for all the services they offer at jettireandauto.com, and don't forget to like them on Facebook. For more information or questions, call 729-3650 or stop by 800 South Park Street in Salem.
Stay tuned to KSMO. I've got news from the Missouri Net coming up in 1 minute, and that'll be followed by your latest KSMO weather forecast after the top of the 1 o'clock hour.
Are you a renter that has always dreamed of owning your own home but aren't sure where to start? Town & Country Bank can help. With our local lending team, Town & Country Bank has been helping renters make their dreams come true by giving them the tools they need to own their very own home. I'm Andrew Wynn with Town & Country Bank. Stop by today and let us help you take the first step to home ownership. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 899641.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long.
You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, in stores at CVS or NewNordicUSA.com.
News on Missouri Net, I'm Marshall Griffin. For the second time in 1 week, Missouri Senate Democrats have successfully blocked a vote on a bill that would roll back a minimum wage increase and paid sick leave law. After spending more than 8 hours on the proposal Wednesday, the Senate adjourned without voting on the measure. The Missouri Chamber Foundation report says over the past 5 years, Missouri has been the 7th fastest growing state in tech manufacturing jobs. During a Capitol News Conference Wednesday, State Rep Dane Deal, a farmer in southwest Missouri's Butler, says technology is critical to the agriculture industry.
I feel like ag, for me, growing up and what you know, we've always been on the forefront of innovation and industry across the state. Getting in the legislature, learning that Missouri is truly one of the biotech hubs of the whole United States.
In order to grow in the tech world, the report says Missouri must urgently strengthen broadband infrastructure and cybersecurity. And Kara Spencer, the new mayor of St. Louis, has withdrawn a federal lawsuit against the state of Missouri over its takeover of the city's police department. This is Missouri Net.
Each year,